Previously on Space Rogues T.S.E.
Drive works by exchanging the matter of the ship for energy and the energy of the ship for matter.
Step 1 modifies the drive using multi-dimensional memory modules in the doppelganger part of this process.
The Mirage has been chosen as the test bed for Phase 2.
What an honor! We'll be famous!
We'll be dead.
What? It's a suicide mission.
Never introduced you to my fiancé? Guess I never will. Oh well, doesn't matter anyway. We're probably all about to die horribly.
But with a lot of hard work from you and a lot of dumb luck, I'm sure we'll pull through. Captain out. The station signals that we can engage the drive at our discretion.
Hey, let's do it with some style.
Show those bastards.
Engage inversion drive.
What happened?
Chase ship, report.
Negative contact.
They're gone.
Destroyed?
There's no debris.
That's unfortunate. Find out what happened and quickly. I'll be in my office. Call me if you find out anything immediately.
Yes, sir, will do. Ensign, get Wisp moving right now.
Computer on.
Computer on. Artificial personality interface active.
Ah, and how are you this fine evening, my dear?
All diagnoses show green status.
Amy, take a memo. To interface programmers. Add polite small talk to Amy's conversational database. End of memo.
Memo sent. Ready.
Dr. Beffrin is trying to determine the fate of the Mirage. I'd like you to monitor his progress for me.
Ready.
And have Dr. Jenkins sent for immediately.
Dr. Jenkins is on Omega Station monitoring the Superion project.
Very well. Have him sent for as soon as he gets back. And the same for Captain West.
Orders recorded.
Computer off.
Oh, Director Morrow, what a pleasant surprise.
Yes. With the disappearance of the Mirage, it's more important than ever that we get the Superion project finished as quickly as possible.
Yes, I understand. That is why I'm here on Omega Station, supervising her completion. I'll have her ready for you whenever you give the word, and I'm sure that we won't have another tragedy like that of the Mirage.
So you figured out what happened to the Mirage then?
Not exactly, sir. I'm just sure the Superions put together correctly, since I supervised the drive installation myself.
And Beffrin oversaw the Mirage, is that your point?
No, of course not, sir.
This meant that... Never mind, it's not important. So, do you have any ideas what did happen?
No, I was monitoring the test feed from Delta Station. Seems as though their MDM testing devices went crazy just as the test started. So I'm afraid I missed the whole thing. Though I saw a replay on SNN, they seem to be showing it frontwards, backwards, even in slow motion for over the past hour.
I see. Well, thank you for the update.
Of course, sir. And I'll have the Superion ready for you whenever you need it.
I'm certain. Computer on.
How are you today, sir?
I'm just fine. How are you?
And how are the wife and kids?
You know I'm not married, Amy.
I'm sure you'll find that special someone someday.
Computer, take a memo. To interface programmers. Modify Amy's conversational database to include brevity. End memo.
Memo said, sir. Did you notice the wonderful weather that we're having today?
Computer, disable small talk module until my memo has been acted upon.
Ready.
It's much better. See what you can find out about the trouble that they were having over on Amiga station during the Mirage test.
Working. Data retrieval will take some time.
Inform me when you're done.
Director Moreau, some interesting news.
Your report?
Well, it seems the tip you gave us on Omega Station was a hot one, sir. It seems that they were having the same problem at the same time as the Delta Station.
I'm not in the habit of sharing trivia, Dr. Beffron.
Of course, sir. We knew something was going on when we found the problem developed at the same precise moment as when the Mirage's engines were engaged. When we found that the problem persisted for as long as the scheduled test was, we knew something was up.
The Delta Station supplied the MDM devices that the Mirage uses, didn't it?
Well, yes, the MDM were in fact a very recent development of their computer group there. In fact, they were still in active development, sir. In fact, it was a MDM scanner that seems to be the center of the problem.
I know. That's why I brought the matter to your attention.
The scanners in question seem to be the ones that probe other space, is the term the researchers over there are using.
So they sense the activation of the Mirage's drive?
Yes, as you recall, the doppelganger version of the drive, which is what was on the Mirage, had the MDM devices installed. So when the drive was activated, the sensors picked it up and... well,
yes.
The signal was a lot stronger than it should have been, and Delta Station is a long way from the test range. There was an initial spike, and then a long, continuous trailing off.
So they're probably alive?
Well, yes, probably, but we just don't know where.
Well, we all seem to have survived intact. Fields, give me a ship's status report.
Yes. All decks reporting green. No injuries and no damage.
Well, looks like we'll live through this after all.
Captain,
Yes, Katrina.
computers indicate we're not where we're supposed to be.
Okay then, where are we?
I'm not sure. The computer's working on it, but it doesn't seem to be too happy about the prospects.
I don't care if it's depressed about having Space Wreck canceled. Get me an answer.
It's not as simple as that, Captain. It can't seem to match the starfield outside to anything in its data bank.
So we survived the trip just to die in the middle of who knows where with a malfunctioning computer.
Great plan.
I'm sure they'll remember to rescue us. Eventually.
Captain, the computer does not seem to be malfunctioning. All of the diagnostics show clear. I do have an idea.
What do you mean?
Well, there are several MDM sensors on the station that can pick up the Mirage.
Yes.
And by triangulation, we can track it to its point of departure.
So if you can track them, you can tell where they ended up.
It's not that easy.
Why not?
We'll take a look at this display. There are several sensors at different points along the station. We can use them to track the Mirage to its point of departure.
Yes.
But the farther the Mirage gets from us, the increasingly accurate our measurements have to be in order to accurately track the Mirage.
So you're saying the sensors weren't designed for this in the first place?
Exactly. In the future, I will mount sensors on asteroids, on other stations, anywhere I can.
That's all very good, but can you tell me where they are now?
The computers are working. They're refining our estimates.
Yes. Can you tell me about where they are now?
They're about 163 light years in that direction.
Where?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think we're at least 160 light years from home.
And just how did we get here?
It must be the MDM memory.
Exactly. Very good, Ensign.
I don't quite follow.
Well, the main difference in the drives we tested and the one on our ship is the addition of MDM memory.
Right. I seem to recall Beffrin mentioning something about it.
Well, instead of storing the data in another universe, it apparently inverted the whole ship into another universe.
That's incredible.
What's incredible is that it put us back in one piece.
Yeah, very true. Remind me to buy them a drink when I get home.
Can we get home?
Well, we could just try an inverse course setting for the same amount of time.
Sounds reasonable.
I think, however, we should let the computer run a few more tests first.
I had a date with my fiancé this evening. I'd like to be able to keep it. Cat, set up the inversion drive for an inverse course.
Hi, Captain. Course calculated, normal drives online, and acceleration to minimum activation speed on your command.
You better give that order quickly.
Why?
Sensors indicate several small inbound craft. They're moving in fast.
A rescue party?
They're not from Paradisio, and they're in attack posture.
The order is definitely given. Cat, get us out of here.
It's gonna be 3 minutes to minimum activation speed.
They're definitely looking like fighters.
Looks like we'll have to fight. Cat, activate drive as soon as possible. Paul, start warming up the weapons.
Aye, sir. Weapons? Aren't we on a cargo ship?
Try thinking of them as a special options package.
I see.
Minimal damage. I don't think they can hurt us. Unless... Well, there is the exhaust port.
Okay, Paul, back them off a little. Okay, that was very, effective. That takes care of that.
Not quite. I'm thinking of a much larger ship at extreme range. I guess it's the mothership for those fighters.
Cat?
15 seconds.
It's coming in really fast.
10 seconds.
I'm reading a huge energy buildup.
5 seconds.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You made it.
Cat, confirm our position.
The computer's still having problems.
The MDM database is not designed for this, Captain. There is one thing I'm sure of. We are not in the Paradisio system.
So Janet's probably all right. But you don't know where she is?
Yes. Delta Station sensors detected a second inversion drive activation a few minutes ago. That would seem to imply that they survived the first trip and are attempting to return home.
And have they?
They didn't turn up here. The computers are still working out where they did go.
And where do I fit into all this?
You're to go out and retrieve the Mirage.
But sir, the Waverider doesn't have inversion drive.
I know. That's why, effective immediately, you're to be reassigned as captain of the T.S.E. Superior.
Superion. Never heard of her.
I'm not surprised. She's a secret project I've been working on for a while. And while the Mirage was being outfitted with an inversion drive, I had the Superion modified as well.
Beffrin wouldn't have had time to modify both ships.
Beffrin didn't. Jenkins did.
Sirs, they activated the drive again.
You already told me that over the comm.
Well, there's this other little bit.
Yes?
I've been working on some things in my lab that might prove to be interesting.
Get to the point.
Well, I reprogrammed some of the pocket MDM comms so that I believe that we should be able to communicate at FTL inversion speeds over long distances.
Can we contact the Mirage?
Well, they don't have a reprogrammed unit now, do they? But that brings me to the second point. If we could build a second inversion drive ship and mount an MDM sensor on it, With the sensors here, and the ones on the ship, and the communication device, we should be able to track the Mirage.
That's all well and good, Doctor, but could you actually follow them? And more to the point, find your way back again?
Well, we're still at an impasse as to how to have a Mark II inversion drive arrive at an arbitrary point in space. But the doppelganger unit should be able to hone in on a signal.
Like another inverted ship.
Or a beacon back at the station.
Very good, Doctor. I'm impressed. Did you come up with this all on your own?
Yes, sir.
And you're the only one that knows the Mirage is okay?
Besides you two and Jenkins, yes.
Very good. Now I'm completely sure.
Of what?
I've received this request for additional volunteers to work on the research station on Paradiso 2.
Well, they certainly are always in need of volunteers at Inferno. That's what I think they call it.
And I've decided, as a reward for years of faithful service, you should get to spend some time on the frontier.
Well, but...
No. There's no need to thank me.
Well, what about...
What?
What about my cat?
I'll take care of your cat, Doctor.
Inferno, nobody returns from Inferno. Nobody's ever heard from again.
You're wrong. I returned.
So we're stranded several hundreds of light years from home with the only FTL drive in existence, and we can't even get it to work right. So now what?
Figure out how to get that. That's what. Brian, I want you heading up the team trying to figure out what happened when we activated the drive and how to get back home.
Right, I'll get right on it.
And the rest of us?
Well, there's that planet down there. What do we know about it?
Sensors indicate there may be a few small settlements.
Okay, let's go check it out, shall we?
Well, I can't land this ship. Not if we ever want to take off again.
Oh, young Katrina, you have so much to learn. Why don't you help me unpack these boxes?
Shoes? What are we going to do with shoes?
There she is, the T.S.E. Superior.
She sure doesn't look like much.
She's truly special. I've been having her worked on for close to 3 years now as the prototype for a new class of ships.
She looks like a medium-sized freighter to me.
Exactly. Not here in public. You'll find the complete list of specifications in the safe in the wardroom.
Very good, sir. When do I leave?
As soon as we get a couple of last-minute crew assignments on board.
I thought you said I'd have the crew of the Wave Rider with me.
You do. But I thought that someone like, say, Captain Vanderdecken's boyfriend might also be useful to have on board.
I can see where he'd have his uses. I've heard good things about him.
Good man. Now remember, I want the Mirage either back under my control or out of action completely. And I don't really care much which.
I understand, but why don't you want her back?
Well, we're putting the Superion line into production. After we ramp up to speed, we'll be able to kick out one of these ships every couple of months.
Very good, sir. I won't fail you. Signal off station that we're ready for our deep space research mission. As specified by our flight plan, we'll be out of communications for some time.
Aye, sir. Alpha Station signals permission to depart.
Close channel. Navigator, set course and accelerate to critical speed. Engage drive when we're out of sensor range.
Aye, sir.
Status.
All decks report green. Computer's still checking location. Initial estimate is approximately 230 light years south-southwest relative to the galactic core.
Any sign of the Mirage?
Sensors are looking. There's one habitable planet in the system. Suggest we take a closer look.
Very good. Kyle, rig for stealth travel and start powering up the weapons.
Stealth travel?
Just look under your special options menu on your console. You'll find it. And don't report what else you find there.
Aye, sir.
Navigator, take us in. Slowly.
Next week on Space Rogues T.S.E. The Mirage makes contact with a strange human civilization and fall under attack by a mysterious aircraft. Next week on an all-new Space Rogues T.S.E.